Hello class! We've got a special lesson for you today. We are looking at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Collection Michelangelo, which is awesome. He is our resident party dude. We've already looked at Leonardo and Donatello, so now we're working on Mikey, and then eventually we'll get to Raphael over here. We can see we've got the warning because there's small parts. We might choke on that, so I'll try not to. But again, not for children under 3, but it's for ages 4+. Why do they need multiple goddamn ages on one stinking figure? Pick one. If you're above this age, you can have it. If you're below this age, you cannot. Anyways, to continue. If you look at here on the packaging, there's 34 points of articulation. At some point, I'll have to see if I can count all of those. I don't know if I can count to 34. On the back, we're not going to talk about this too much because we've done that before. We can see all the turtles there looking happy, and we've got a description of the figures and kind of what spawned them, as well as what the Ninja Turtles are all about. And then here on the back, we've got the other figures in the wave. So again, Leonardo, Donatello, we've looked at. Here we're looking at Michelangelo, and then there's also Raphael. And again, some more warnings and some distribution, importation nonsense there. Country of origin, stuff like that. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out, and I didn't point it out on the other figures we've looked at, and I probably won't mention it with the Raphael either, but one thing I did notice when we were looking at it, you know, it looks like it's breaking out of a brick wall, and that's awesome and everything. If we look at the top, it actually says sewer, and I'm not city sewer across the top here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to read that. And it's got texture, like, so it is the top of a manhole cover, which I don't know if I can say anymore. But anyways, but also, again, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up. Maybe we'll see if we can freehand this here. If you look at the side, it looks like there's ooze, like it's oozing. That is an amazing touch, having this oozing effect on the plastic for the packaging. To me, that is just an extra level of detail that is really, really good. Looking forward to getting into this one. So we'll be back in a second to have a closer look at Michelangelo. All right, we've got our resident party dude. The character that the marketing executive said was the popular Ninja Turtle. Now, see, I got to rant about that a little bit. I always thought that everybody liked Michelangelo the best. I always figured he was the most popular turtle, and I think that's because he was on all the advertisements, and there's a kids special about all the Saturday morning cartoon characters doing something, fighting drugs or something, and it was Michelangelo. And I always assumed that Mikey was the most popular of the Ninja Turtles, but a majority of my friends actually don't like Michelangelo so much. They like Raphael or Leonardo, which is a little bit weird, because nobody likes Leo. But maybe it was just a marketing thing. The powers that be decided that Michelangelo would be the popular one. It's kind of like how in Transformers recently, they've decided Bumblebee will be the popular character. It's like that, in my opinion. Anyways, so we've got Michelangelo. He's the kind of the darkest green of them. If we grab our friend Donatello, the difference in color there is very noticeable, which is nice. It's nice the fact that they all are slightly different shades of green to go along with their different headband colors. Again, the head sculpt, I think the head sculpt is going to be largely the same as the others, especially around the eyes. I don't know how well we can see that. But again, the mouth is different. He's just got a slightly stern look. Like, actually, he's kind of like he's sitting on the toilet, just kind of starting to strain, but more or less patiently waiting. You know what? I don't... Oh, okay, I'll stop there. I was going to ask some bad questions about how... Anyways, I'll stop. Ninja Turtles. Fighting. Ninjas. Foot Clan stuff. Okay. So again, the sculpt for most of it is going to be the same as all the others. It is largely the same. His mouth is a little bit different. The coloring, again, he's a little bit darker. He's obviously got the orange on the knee pads and the elbow pads and his headband back here, which his headband is a little screwy. Like, it's got... I remember tying karate belts that started to look like that, and it doesn't... I don't know. Fix it! Damn it! Anyways. Now, the one thing I gotta mention, I mentioned on the Donatello video, that you have to be careful about the paint when you buy one of these ones, and this figure in particular, I failed, or I either got the best one that there was, or whatever. But if you look at Michelangelo's eyes, this one is pointing straight forward, and that one's gone all crazy and stuff. It's a minor thing from, 6 feet away you don't notice. Up close, you see it every time, and it bugs the shit out of me. If I had any talent, I could probably fix that, but I don't, so I won't. So again, be careful if you're going to go out and buy one of these. Especially look at the eyes, see if they're both pointing in the same direction. Alright. In terms of the articulation, since it's what we do, his head goes up and down. It's on a ball joint and it can go all the way around. Yeah, there we go. We can rotate the shoulder. Same with the bicep, the shoulder goes up as well. The double jointed elbow, there we go. We can rotate at the wrist. It does go back and forward a little bit. I have a difficult time doing it, but it does. The fingers go out. The thumb goes up and down, and it rotates to help him hold on to his weapons. He's got that articulation in the torso, which I'm still quite amazed with. It just amazes me that they were able to do that. The hip joints are on a ball joint, and again, they're restricted a little bit just by the torso of the figure. The thigh does rotate independently. There we go. Double joint for the knee, and his... Oh, there we go. We can bend the ankle here, and then we can rotate the foot around, and then again, his toes twinkle. Which is actually an amazing level of detail when you consider the fact that how many times are you going to want one toe up and the other toe down? Like, they could have just made it all, I think, one piece, and then they both go up and down at the same time, but they decided to do it separately. Does it serve any purpose? Nah, not so much, but I don't mind. Now, much like the other figures, this bicep joint is a little bit loose. Not as bad as some of the others. And his hips are weak. Like, he just falls into the almost splits very, very quickly. Now, for his accessories, Michelangelo, this one comes with nunchucks, which is awesome. Whoa, we almost lost one there. We can see they're held in the back. And again, the belt here is a soft plastic, so it helps hold them. Not that you would know it here. But we can remove... Well, let's just grab one of these. The other one sits in there decently well. The handles of his nunchaku, so how do we say it? Nunchucks is color-coded to the rest of him, just in case we're not sure who gets what weapon. Like, really, if you're buying these, you know full well who gets which goddamn weapon. And we can just pop it in his hand like that, so that he can use an illegal restricted weapon in just about everywhere. I don't know. I know you can't have them in Canada. Probably not in the US, because it's rotationary and they're very easy to hide. Anyways, the one thing I like to point out about this is that the nunchuck is connected with the chain, and that's something that I don't like in general. But I won't go on too much about that. It's like, look at the length of this thing. And you ever notice that on the cartoon, Mikey could like whip his nunchucks at people and then wrap their legs up and they'd fall down? The chain seemed to be as long as it was necessary for whatever was going on in the episode. But I think it should actually be pretty short. But that's okay, we'll let it go this time. And his other accessory, much like the other ones, we've got the sewer grate cover with his name on it, making sure that we can only put Michelangelo on it. The figures may explode otherwise. Or not, you know. You can try that out for yourself at home. I'm not going to, and if it blows up, it's not my fault. Anyways, we can stand him on there, which again is good because his hip joints aren't so good. So in terms of this figure, now I'm going to talk specifically about this one, not necessarily the whole wave of Michelangelos that you can inevitably get at Toys R Us and whatnot. It has some of the same problems that the other ones do. The joints are loose here and on the hips, but what really kind of torques me off with this figure is the paint on this one. And again, you have to be careful when you're buying these. If I had either paid attention, or maybe it was the best one, I don't remember off the top of my head. But it does kind of irritate me. So Michelangelo is going to get a B+, just because, you know what, it just bugs the shit out of me. I just keep going back to it. But otherwise, that is our lesson on Ninja Turtles, Classic Collection, Michelangelo. Whoops, there we go. We'll see you around for the last one, because there are 4, right? There should be like at least one more, but they haven't done it. Anyways, thank you very much. Class is dismissed.